Okay, make the brine just as it says to on the list. Put it in a pot, bring it to a boil, then turn it down to a simmer. That's funny. Okay, anyways, this pot is measured to go above the jar by about an inch. And right now it is turned on and I'm waiting for it to come to a boil. And over here, I am doing pint jars, but you can do pints or quarts, whatever you want. Show you how easy it is. You see the little garlic clove, you see the chopped up jalapeno in the bottom, and if you look real close, here's one. You can see the dill head squished down in there, a little stem part sticking up. But you don't want your cubes coming past this mark right here. So trim off the ends accordingly. And then you gotta wait for your pot to come to a boil that's gonna hold the jars. And then after that, you put the hot liquid into the jars. You wipe the rim off. You put on a lid. You put on a ring, and you go finger tight, and you drop it into the pot of water. Make sure once it starts boiling, you shut it off before you put these in. And you need to have something on the bottom of that to keep the jars from touching the bottom of the pot. You can either use, what are they called? Pot holder, wash rag. Here's what I have. It's just a piece of that stuff for anti-carpet skid stuff. That's what I use for that pot anyways. And then process it for the amount of time. I think it said, what, 20 minutes for quarts? Yes, and you want 15 minutes for pints. And after the time has elapsed, you take them out and you set them on the counter and you wait till tomorrow, tighten the lids a little bit more, and that's it. Alright, cuz we're back at my kitchen counter. Look at there, got my brine all boiling and steaming. Got my jars here on the counter, got a wet paper towel to wipe the lids. Got my 3 jars, got my funnel, got my handy dandy scooper. So what we're going to do is get this thing a stirring up like so. Make sure you get all those seeds and spices stirred up so every spoonful has some in it. Then you just dump it in there like so. And you stir it again. Stir it, stir it, stir it. Pick it up. Dump her in there again. And we want to go to about 1/4 inch from the top of the rim here. If you look on the edges, the lines that screw onto, the first one's at 1/4 inch, the next one's a 1/2 inch, and so on. The shoulder of the jar is 1 inch mark right down here, this big one. So there's a little trick for you to know. But we're right there. I'm just barely below a 1/2 inch, so I'm just gonna put a tiny bit more in. We're in between a 1/2 and 1/4, good enough. So I'm gonna wipe off the rim, and then we're going to get us a lid like so, put it on. Then we're going to get us a ring and put her on, and I've got to screw it down finger tight. I can't do it with holding the camera, but next we just take it over and put it in the pot of water that I had boiling here. You see, big old pot. Now it has nothing in it. Now it has that in it for the jars to sit on. So I'm just going to spread it out a little bit and just get you some handy dandy tongs like this will work, or if you actually have a canning one, pick it up like so and don't drop it or don't whatever, and then just start setting her down in there nice and gently. If your jar sits on the bottom of the pan, it actually touches the metal, some point during processing you may have a jar or two explode, so you don't want to do it. You always want to put something in there. After you get all 3 jars in, turn the heat back up until it is boiling in here again, and then start your timer at that point for the amount of time you need. 15 minutes for pints, 20 minutes for quarts if you're doing the sparkle dill pickle recipe. See, cuz even a caveman could do it. I mean, you can do it. Looky there, she's a boiling away. And it's actually time to take it out. So I'll shut the heat off, and it's coming down to a stop. We're gonna take the handy dandy jar picker upper, and we're gonna bring it over here. Okay, these I did, they're whole, and I did 2 jars of those, and then here's the other whole one, like so. Ooh, I can smell them. And here's jar number 3. This one is speared because it was a little too big to fit in there. It was a bigger cucumber, so I cut the cucumber in half and then I quartered it, so I made spears out of it. So anyway, you see how easy that was, cuz? All right, ciao.